Hey Minecrafters, Nick here with the fourth installment in my Minecraft World Tour. There's not a lot that has been changed in the base here since the last episode. Still have the potion making machines, I still have the enchanting and the item sorting and the villager trading. I've got the item elevator there. Put in a temporary staircase. I'm looking at different ways to get around the base and make it a bit more functional as I go. I also wanted to mention that the multi-farm, the witch hut, as it were, is producing a lot more than it was a little while ago. I had forgotten that there was a cave. I had gone into a cave, started lighting it up, and I only had enough torches to partially light it, and I had completely forgotten about it. Is that an enderman there? I think it is. So eventually I stumbled back on the same cave and realized that there was a bunch that wasn't lit up. So I lit it, and lo and behold, I'm getting much better spawns here than I used to. I keep on going back down to my little killing chamber and building new iron golems because they do help. They take care of slime and things that don't die. But they do keep on getting killed. My last world, where I had the same kind of a deal with a multi-farm, I had one single iron golem that I made in the beginning, and to this day he's still there defending and mopping up and cleaning up. But in this world, I must have built at least 10 or 12 of the iron golems there, and they just keep on getting killed. I'm not sure whether it's slime that are doing it, or maybe it's the zombie pigmen, because I didn't used to have a gold farm in my last world. That was something that was new in this one, and look at me stuck on the stairs. Yeah, this gold farm, it works pretty well. I'm reasonably happy with it. Maybe not the greatest thing in the world, but it does slowly bring in gold for me, and I don't have to worry, so I'm happy. Let's replace what we have here. Okay, now you've probably just noticed in my inventory I have a lot of ender pearls. And as you know, I get a few ender pearls from the multi-farm here. Not a huge amount, but it's, in the beginning it was good enough to let me use the occasional ender pearl to get around, and also make the Eye of Ender to find my fortress, or my stronghold, rather. And where are they? These are all of the ender pearls that I have collected so far from the witch's hut, or from the multi-farm, and all these ones down here came from somewhere else. And I guess we may as well go show that, because that's really the only thing that's new. That's all I worked on this last week. I got tired of killing chickens and using my little zombie trap back there to get experience, because I could make it to level 30 every couple of days of game time, which it worked out well enough. That with the witch hut outside there, outside the courtyard, the witch hut. Oh, sorry, not the witch hut, the fishing hut. That helped as well. But eventually I got to the point where I wanted to be able to combine armors that I was finding and, do a bit more enchanting. So I needed more experience. So let's go take a look at what an ender farm looks like for anybody who hasn't seen one. You just have to go through the nether. Once you're in the nether, you've got to take another nether portal into a different part of the overworld, and for me I was pretty lucky. It's actually very close by. It's just a few blocks away. It's, I don't know, 60-70 blocks away from my entrance there, and that gets me to my stronghold. And in the stronghold, if I can remember which way I'm facing, here is my ender portal. So let's hop in here. Funny story, first time I came here, my little obsidian platform, for whatever reason, was out in the middle of nowhere. And when I first showed up, I brought in some good armor, I brought in some good bows, and a couple of arrows, because I wanted to kill the ender dragon pretty quickly. And of course, I appeared up here with no way to get to the mainland, because I didn't bring any blocks with me. So all I could do was just jump off this, die, and try again. It was a bit of a bummer. But that's how Minecraft goes sometimes. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. Let's take a quick trip down here and get out to our ender farm. Now, for people that haven't seen ender farms before, you should look at more videos because they're everywhere. This was a great idea that some of the people had, I guess it was really years ago on the ZipCrowd server. Somebody came up with a bright idea to use a way to reset the fall damage of the Endermen that come from the top. Because each one of these layers where you can see torches has got spawning pads. And as you can see, when the Endermen spawn, they are just immediately pushed off the spawning pads into a little killing chamber, which is down there. This Endermen Farm, it's not a direct duplicate of, Doc M's tutorial or anybody else's design. It's based on that, but I sort of just went. I've done this enough times that I just built what I was comfortable with. Another funny story is how I got down to, I would say bedrock, but there really is no bedrock in the end. It's just you're floating in space. But to get down to level 1, which is, I'm trying to push the right button here, to get down to level 1, which is where we are, Y1, I started up there, used a bucket of water, poured the bucket of water over the edge, jumped into the water stream, and then started trying to place blocks. And I can tell you that that made me sweat. It always does, and I was so confounded by it that I actually placed the blocks sort of on the wrong spot. Once I got down to the bottom, I got all confused, and I'm off by 1, but it doesn't bother me. I don't have OCD, so it's not a problem. Anyway, back to the Ender Farm. As you can see, Endermen, they fall pretty rapidly. They seem to go up to about 100 entities, or roughly 90, 100 entities. I'm not going to kill many of them because it's going to be loud if I do. Here, I'll just do a couple of kills just so you can see. Endermen are pretty loud, but it's a really quick way to get experience quickly. What happens here is that if an Enderman falls 44 blocks, they die. If they fall 43 blocks, they don't die, but they lose enough health that you can just walk up, tap them once, smash them in the little feet, and then they die. And then you get their experience, you get the ender pearls, and it really helps. It's a great way to get experience quickly. If you want to do enchanting, you move your enchanting stuff in here, you can enchant books quickly. The size of the room here is not big enough to let Endermen warp into, because they can't fit here. They don't want to warp on top of water, which is why the entire thing is covered with water, although I'm not sure what it's going to mean when 1.8 comes out, because I understand there's a bit of a change in the way that Endermen react to water. Now they try to swim. I have tried putting water buckets in here. It doesn't seem to kill them too much. They just start trying to warp out and get out of the place. And I didn't bother making a movable floor here. A lot of people like to have a movable floor so they can push a button, and then instead of having the Enderman fall and stay here ready for collection, they just die. And then that way you can collect the Ender Pearls and not worry about the experience. But there's no point for me in doing that. It's I always want the experience. I have enough Ender Pearls already. I don't need any more. So let's take a quick peek up here and see what the design looks like. One thing that's kind of funny, sitting here, these guys jump up. I like to just imagine they're shouting out derp, 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 derp. Just kind of fun. Anyway, that's where the Endermen land up, and I kill them. And they all come from up above in the spawning chambers here. Now, I made these spawning chambers a little differently than, Doc M and the people that show you tutorials on how to make an Ender farm do it. The reason why is because, well, it takes a few more resources, but it's nice because I can run around in my Ender farm without fear of being knocked off or getting hurt. So if I ever have to do maintenance, if I ever have to check anything out, it's easy to get into, it's easy to move around, you can jump from one side to the other, and it's not really a problem. Although here, this might be a problem. Nope, not a problem. Okay, so if we keep on going up, I believe I built 12 levels. It took me probably 3 or 4 hours to complete this. I didn't have all my resources completely ready when I started. As you can see, it takes quite a bit. There's 2 of the redstone torches for every kind of pushing cell. There's one repeater for every alternating one. You got to use a lot of pressure plates, a lot of pistons. These are all sticky pistons because I find that if you just use a piston and you move everything forward one, and don't do it with this design, if you do it the sort of slightly more efficient way for resources, I've noticed that the pistons can extend and Endermen can get their heads caught in the extended piston and they'll just kind of sit there. So doing it this way seems to prevent that and, you know, just lets everything sort of work the way that it's supposed to. And it also means that you can get in here and walk around. Now you'll notice at the top here, I've got everything half slabbed out, so nothing spawns up top. It's a fun place to run around and jump and explore. But you never really have to come here again unless something horrible happens, or, you know, maybe the changes in 1.8 will mean I have to come back here and change things around a bit. But at the moment, the Ender Farm is working well. I'm happy enough with it. It's giving me all the experience I need, all the Ender Pearls I need. And again, it's just one of those parts of the game that it's kind of important, you know, because you need experience. You need to be able to do enchanting. You got to combine armors. You've got to, you know, enchant weapons, picks, all your tools. So an Enderman Farm is a really good thing to have. And this one, it was a pretty quick, easy design. Like I say, a little bit more resource intensive in some ways, but it worked out okay. You know, I had lots and lots of cobble. I burned it all into smooth stone with my little furnace array, using sticks for the most part now. I've kept most of the charcoal that I made from all my trees. I am moving too slow, but I don't have a potion. Oh well. We're just going to head back to the main base now because that's really all I wanted to do, is just kind of show what an Enderman Farm is. For people who don't know, you know, I've got one of my buddies that has been watching these videos, Jono. Hey Jono, hope you're having fun watching this. I hope the audio's loud enough. I'm really trying hard to keep the audio levels set correctly so that, you know, mobs don't overpower my voice and that at least I'm clear. Having a bit of trouble with it, you know. I'm not sure whether it's the drivers I have for my sound card that don't seem to give me a microphone boost, or what the deal is. I'm using a USB mic. It's a Blue Yeti. It's supposed to be a good mic. I think it sounds really good and I like it, but I'm having trouble making it as loud as I want it to be. But we'll figure that out eventually. I don't know. Maybe I'll start using a laptop to record and see whether I have better luck with that. Oh, look at me. I'm hungry. I can barely move. Yum, yum, yum. Beef. Beef, good for energy. I should have some soup. I should have some mushroom soup because it was raining earlier, and I like soup when it rains. I don't know why. Just to warm me up, I guess. Whether it's in the real world or in Minecraft, I like my soup when it's raining. Okay, here we go. And for people who don't know, that's pretty much the end of the game. Once you beat the Ender Dragon and you get out, that's it. But not really, because you can just kind of go back to where you were. Now, this is my temporary bedroom in the multi-farm base here. As you can see, I've gotten some diamond gear. I've enchanted a little bit of it. You know, most of these enchants I did earlier on, and it's worked out okay. You know, I haven't spent a lot of time buying things. I keep on getting Silk Touch. It's odd. I used to have such trouble getting tools with Silk Touch, but then recently it's almost as though every tool I make has got Silk Touch on it. You know, with the exception of the glass cutters. That was made with my first Silk Touch spell book that I made, and an Unbreaking 3, just because I want to keep that around for glass, because this is a survival world, and glass costs you. Unless, of course, you buy your glass from people like, who is it, this guy that has the glass? Yeah, there we go. So, 1 emerald, 5 glass, not bad, especially if you are getting lots of emeralds from villagers like this guy, who will buy my chicken, he'll buy my wool, and he'll also buy my wheat. So I can do that, and then to unlock all of his trades again, I need to spend 1 emerald to get 3 bread, which is fine by me. And so he's a pretty good villager. He's not a perfect villager, as Doc M would say, but he's a pretty good villager, and he keeps me happy, and he's helped me to get a bunch of emeralds. You might have noticed that my diamond ore count went up here, so did the gold and some of the lapis and things, and that's mainly because when I was building the Enderman Farm, Wow, it's taken a while to load. When I was building the Enderman Farm, I pretty much ran myself right out of resources. Got less than 4 stacks of brick left. I did make some more smooth stone, but I think I've got, what, yeah, 39 cobble. That's it. That's all I've got left. Lots and lots of zombie meat. Lots and lots of spider eyes. Lots and lots of bottles as well, although I did use the bottles to refill all of my potion making stations, and of course glowstone, redstone, I keep on combining into their higher stuff, you know, into actual glowstone and redstone blocks. Tons and tons of gunpowder, tons and tons of sugar. In fact, I've gotten so many of certain things like the zombie flesh that I had to build a garbage can. Just to get rid of it. Look at the, oh heresy. Oh heresy, look at me throwing away ender pearls. But that's what I'm going to do, because I don't need that many ender pearls. I've got, well, an unlimited supply now. I'll never have to worry about it again. And all that's doing is just dropping everything down onto a cactus, so the entities just disappear right away. Anyway, guys, that's probably all I really wanted to show. Chunk loading errors. My God, look at that. Look at how slow it is. Maybe I need a beefier machine. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. Whenever I come back from the end, it takes a while to load. And I'm going to have to show off the chicken machine again at some point, because I did in one video, I showed the starting of the chicken machine, but I never showed the ending or the collecting of the chickens. So I'll have to do that just for some fun at some point. But that's about it. That's, you know, not much has changed in the main base. I just worked on the Endermen Farm on the last weekend, and, you know, stayed up late on Saturday, got that all done. I didn't do a recording because it was late at night, and I didn't want to wake up the wife or disturb anybody at home here. So, yeah, that's my excuse. That's my excuse for not filming as I built. I'll get better at that. Really, the problem is that I don't have much in the way of tools for combining videos. I mean, I've got Microsoft Movie Maker, and, you know, maybe I'll put the time into trying to do that. But at the moment, you know, everybody's seen how to build an Enderman farm, how to build a witch farm. You know, it's the stuff I'm doing is not new. This is just it's all kind of old hat, but it's still fun. I like building. I really have been enjoying Minecraft since I've been playing it. You know, I picked it up at about version 1.5, the redstone update, and I have no idea why my chunks are not loading here. But yeah, so I picked up Minecraft at about 1.5, and I've been playing with it ever since. And it's been lots of fun. I'm really enjoying doing this. I hope you guys are enjoying watching. I don't know if these videos are good enough yet, but I'll get better and hopefully start building some more interesting things and have some people start watching and enjoying. And in the meantime, you guys go off, play some Minecraft, have some fun, and we'll see you back here for episode 5, hopefully next week. All right? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.